Hello and a very warm welcome to Bharata. First time Frank Pereira. This is FRP Explains. Since you're here, please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and then all notifications so that you don't miss an update from Bharata First. ECB has been in the news. That is the England and Wales Cricket Board. Why? Because of some controversial tweets put out by a cricketer called Ollie Robinson, and this was done in the years 2012 and 14. He made his debut only in 2021 in the test match, the first test match between England and New Zealand. When he made his debut, these tweets from almost 10 years ago came to the forefront when he was a teenager, where he's speaking about, I'm not going to quote verbatim, but he's making a reference of Muslims and bombs and men of color and Ebola, and also a sexist remark about how he would never watch female boxing. So these three tweets came to the forefront, and Ollie Robinson was brought under a lot of duress. He continued to play the test match, however, and performed well, and he did not let these things affect his performance on the cricket field. He apologized unconditionally, but the England and Wales Cricket Board decided to suspend him nonetheless, pending an inquiry. An inquiry has now been ordered, and the ECB is also looking at some tweets that have been made by other English players, namely Eoin Morgan and Josh Buttler, who are some of the most paid cricketers in the IPL in India. Now, these two players, along with Brendan McCullum, the New Zealander, get a lot of fanfare in India, and they, in the years of 2017 and 18, mocked Indians with the word sir, and broken English, and it was clearly a jibe taken at Indians as well. So the ECB is looking at all these comments that were made on social media. All these posts have now been taken down by the respective players, but they are under a lot of scrutiny. What will happen remains to be seen, but on social media, there is far worse that people do and get away with it scot-free. We've seen what the politicians do on social media as well, the kind of jibes that they make at each other, the kind of comments that are passed, and the kind of hate speeches that are delivered and broadcast on social media as well. All these things happen, but yet the cricketers seem to have done far less, but seem to be punished. The Prime Minister of England also has stepped in and has said that maybe the ECB's action is over the top and is a little too extreme. But the ECB has said this is not something that is tolerable. It's a gentleman's game, and we would like to keep it that way. Coming back to a point that I was making just now about, how there is far worse on social media, but let's not forget, sports persons are looked up to by several youngsters and the youth all around the world. So it becomes a responsibility for them to the way they carry themselves on and off the field, because you do not want to create any kind of a discord and also have a negative impact on impressionable minds. That is why it is important for sports people to ensure that they carry themselves well. As far as politicians go, politicians generally have a bad perception about themselves, and people don't take them to be nice guys. So that is the only relief that they have. But that having been said, even the politicians need to understand what they are saying and should refrain from making such comments. Now, coming back to the point about the ECB, where this goes, how this transpires, of course, the ECB will have to take a final call. But if an apology has been given by the players and they have decided to mend their ways, these are instances that have taken place a long time ago. I think we can give them the long rope so that they can take corrective action. As far as the cricketer Ollie Robinson is concerned, he has decided to step away from cricket for some time and decided to take some time off for himself. Let's hope that this young lad bounces back, puts the past behind him, and goes ahead in the right direction. Everybody makes mistakes, and it is our duty as a society to punish them, to bring them up and tell them what they have done wrong, and forgive and forget if they have decided to mend their ways as well. As a whole, as a society, as people in this country and in this world, as citizens, as global citizens, we need to ensure that we carry ourselves a little better, really, as far as social media is concerned. It's become very easy now for all of us to get on social media, use a pseudonym, cover our faces, don't use our actual faces, and just spew venom all across social media. That needs to stop, because if you're going to indulge in so much negativity, it is going to impact your daily life too. I hope we change that sometime sooner rather than later, and as a society, we become better and we are true to ourselves. That's all I can hope for, and I can only just give this kind of advice, saying let's do our best with regards to how we live our lives and make this world a better place. That's it on this edition of FRP Explains. For those of you who like the content, you may like the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and then all notifications. Do come forward and contribute as well. If you like this content, here are the UPI IDs. A small contribution that you make will go a long way in us bringing you this content. That's it from me. See you again next time. But do let me know what you think about this particular issue, and any feedback and suggestions that you want to give us in the comment section below.